Good morning, everyone. How is the market doing to you? Not so well, isn't it? Right? We've seen the 600 points drop on the Dow Jones, and that scares a lot of people out there. But let me break it down to you. This is Martin Wong from Money Talk with SmartRobie in today's breakfast show. Now, in the market that you've seen yesterday, there has been a lot of concern. I've been getting a lot of mail saying that, hey, where is this market? Is this correction? Should I sell all my rubber glove shares? And again, all this seems to point to a likelihood of the market overheating, as we said before, many weeks leading to this. It will be a time of correction as we are seeing it right now. It is no surprise to those of you who has been regularly following me and also the trade VSA, we have seen those signs coming in. Now let's look at the story that we have today, which explains where the KLCI will likely to go in. So far, the news is not that good. As you can see, more and more the market is turning downwards. Now let's look at the market, what we have for today. Now the first story we have for today is no other than rubber glove sell-off. As I said before, this is already in the process. And this morning, right, I think many of you prefer to close the eyes and not to look at the market. Our CI is down 1.5%, as we've seen Dow Jones also went down by 2%. And this is all due to the rubber glove drag off. But I have to tell many investor and trader, you must appreciate, okay, this kind of market to give you a chance to able to get back in. I think that's important because as a trader, right, you not only need to buy high, but you must buy during correction. If what I say this makes sense or not, if I do, give me a thumbs up, all right? Now, I'm trying to explain this as simple as possible by using the green pentagon. So if you look at the market right now, where we are, you can see we have broken through the ATR stop loss. Many times people ignore the sign. So if you ignore the sign, then be prepared to go down like what we see here. So you can see right now, of course, the most common question is, Martin, how low would it go? Well, that's why we rely on the trade VSA for trade ideas. No doubt, even the market is going down, dragged down by the rubber glove stocks that you can see, Supermax, Kosan, Hatalega, and Toggle, it continued to go down. Your strategy may be different with many other strategies and depending on your time frame. As I said before, it's better not just follow buta, but to have a trading strategy, and that's the only way going forward to see how the outcome of things in here. Now let's move on to our next story that video. Now the Bursa right now is rally is slowing. It's not slowing. There's no more rally. As a matter of fact, you look at the chart here. It's telling it's going down. You know, you have an upthrust, a double top, a classic, and it is likely to retest back the old low that we have just before we broke up somewhere end of June. You can see right on this side here. This is where we talk about, right, that is likely the likelihood of the market to touch there again. So I'm sure a lot of your portfolio are red. So what should we do about it? Again, going back to your trading plan. Do you have a trading plan? Most of you may not have a trading plan, so that's why I said it is important to get an education and the skills. And those of you who have done so, able to rotate out, following the strategy that we talked about earlier on, rotating out and going into other sectors, you would have benefit. And also following my colleague Zac, who is always with you almost every weeknight at 9:30 together with my Coach Arif, telling you that the world of trading may not be as rosy as it is. Now that the party is over, who is left to pick up the pieces in here? So no doubt the moratorium that we've seen from the bank has slowed down, and this has caused this market to move up. Even this morning, the number of live FB audience is also quite down. That precisely tells you why a lot of people don't like to see a bear. But it will. If you want to have the bull, you must accept the bear. Do I say this makes sense? All right. So let's move on to our next story, which talk about Bank Negara putting a hold on the interest rate cut. Earlier this Monday, we talked about the interest rate cut that is likely to happen on Friday. However, many of the economists, only 30% of the economists which is surveyed, only agreed that the Bank Negara likely to cut a 25 basis point. So no surprise if they don't cut this Friday. All right, let's move on to the next story. Now the next story got to do with YiLai, which traditionally been a tile manufacturers. They are going into the IT business, and as you can say before, business is tough in COVID, that the constructions has slowed down and they are moving into IT businesses together with the joint venture, with this case I think with tech-based. So that is going to be interesting. Let's look at YiLai right now, right, for it is, and we look at the chart, and we look at the stock chart first. So you can see at the stock chart here, YiLai does present a nice support in here, going around, I think around 80 cent, 90 cent inside here. This is a good opportunity. Again, has YiLai proven itself to go into a new venture? And that's the question we need to ask ourselves. Don't just buy buta and try to figure out what are the likelihood going forward in there. Can they make money, right, from this basis? Judging from here, going to IT business is relatively new. So let's look at the others. Let's look at the stock fundamentals. Right, the stock fundamental, it is loss making, and you can see the website used to call Alpha Tiles. Now I remember I always pass by some tile stores, and it is negative territory, so not so good lah. So that is why they are going into the IT business. Yet to be proven. Something to keep in mind if it does come across, not something that I'm very excited is. Let's move on to our next story that we have for you, right? Which no other than more exciting one is the HTPadu. Now HTPadu is confirmed the bidding for NIIS. So what is NIIS? Stands for National Integration Immigration System. It's the old passport that you're going through the customs in there, and these are good government projects. Usually when they're in, they were involved early on the HTPadu development of the Malaysian immigration system, MyIMS, which was first used in 1993, which the NIIS was supposed to replace. So they stand a very good chance. As such, you see today HTPadu. Okay, let's look at the stock today, okay, and see where the chart goes up. All right, let's look at the stock chart, and I would think it is still congesting in here, but today it has broke up with a 4% gain because of this good news. It had a good string of profit, 404% jump to 5.81 million, and revenue also rose 11.5% to 155 million. So having said that, trading plan not working as expected. That's right. Ups about. It is also because the market is bad. Now do take note. Usually the good question I always say before, when you try to trade, when the market overall, the KLSE, as you can see here, right? This is downtrend. Okay. So a lot of the plans that when you want to trade, you are trading in a downtrend. So stocks that want to do well in the downtrend will have difficulty. So something you want to bear in mind, especially so those of you in the member, there is a logic why I show you this. It's because when the market overall is down, it's very, very hard to make money in an up market, particularly your stocks. Having said that, if you do want to trade a shorter time frame and hit and run kind of thing. And the trade that we did, MMAG, did make some profit, trade that we did on Monday. And that's more of an exception in that. So do take note. It's just like if you are swimming an up current, okay, the current is coming down, you're swimming up, it is very, very difficult. So it's better that you follow the current. That is why they say never fight the trend. Right now, the trend that you see, it's orange, it's down, and it's broken the ATR stop loss. We have to wait for the ATR, for the green pentagon to come back up before we start trading. Something that you all should take note. That's why I said don't be so buta to go in, okay, and follow the trading plan. I hope I explained this well enough in here. You have to take the winner as the losers. Hopefully your winners will be bigger, your losses will be smaller. You end up still making money. There will be minor losses in that, bear in mind. So that's something all of you would need to understand that. All right. So the same thing go with HTPadu. This is the only stock that I can find today based that have a positive. Let's look at the next story that we have for you. Now the next story simply talk about the current rally that we have, and this is from a principal asset which is actually used to be CIMB. What they talk about in here is that there are, during this MCO, a lot of flows did go into unit trust, which is not a surprise. Partly is because of the many people withdrawing their money out from their fixed deposit and putting into the asset management under unit trust. This is also the good job of a lot of the financial planner out there saying that, look, why you put money on fixed deposit. So this is also saying that, look, no doubt the foreign funds are net seller in here, but there are a lot of local participation. And bear in mind, those people who invested in the unit trust in our local environment, be prepared to hold a bit longer should the market do not turn back up at what we see so far. So right now, if you look at the KLSE inside here, we only have a support at 150. The trend is still turning down as right now as we speak. The market is already down 20 over points. Just yesterday, we reversed it up. That's about it. To me, those are distribution selling. Usually they do that just to sort of tell you the spring is coming, but last minute kind of thing, not so good. And this morning, you see the likelihood of continuation of the downtrend in here. So all the good news is out. Now we just need to wait for the budget 2021. Again, we have a good run much earlier on. The last month of August, and last month of August has been great. You can see in here, and that's why we see this down. But having said that, it's also good to turn to other instrument that can make money in the bear market, which is the futures product. All right, something to take note of. Okay, let's move on to our next story that we have for you. Okay, our next story is about Discover News. Now, this is important for those of you who are kind of nothing much to do. So you can see Gadang is very positive, have completed bottom building process. That's September 8. Gas Malaysia, Hong Leong Bank, and Bursa. Bursa Malaysia in the sea of red as investor dump healthcare stock. So you can see that is already been repeated. But let's take a look at the Gadang. Okay, having said that, this is where every day the news refresh itself every 30 minutes. So you can always look into the market and see from there. So let's look at the stock prices for Gadang. I'm sure Gadang is still the same, 0.425. Hit that one and see where that one takes us up to. Hit again one more time. That should take us to the chart. And let's look at the chart. It's still green, Pentagon. Okay, as you can see in here, no change at all. It did pop up 0438, right? But there was no follow through. And again, Gadang is benefiting from the construction side. So we have to wait until the 45 cents before we want to kind of take interest in that. All right. So that's something good to know that. All right. So that's all you want to have. And let's look at the fundamental for Gadang. That's a 3, not too bad. I pays a 2.82% in here. It's clearly overvalued in here because of the ROE of 4% inside there. All right, something you want to do not. So let's look at another set of news that around here. If you have Bursa, Hong Leong, Bursa is Pentagon is red. Hong Leong Bank. Okay, let's look at Hong Leong Bank 5819. You can see Hong Leong Bank, it's turning positive. That's interesting to know. And let's look at Public Bank too. PBBANK. Okay. So Public Bank. Oh, Public Bank is building a base, but Hong Leong Bank is building up nice. And let's look at Hong Leong Bank. And if you like banks, that would be a good one. HLBNK. Okay. HLBNK, Hong Leong Bank, and you hit the stock fundamentals. Let's see. Oh, it pays a 3% dividend. And ROE is certainly low, right? And it's still overpriced for that one. And the current stock price is trading at $14.80. So something may not be suitable for the smaller retail investor, but it's good to know. All right, let's move on to our next story. Now, next story is the stock pick that we have for you, which is a HTPadu, HTPadu. Okay, HTPadu. Okay, which is the only stocks that I have. And let's look at it again. Okay, HTPadu. Okay, hit that one. Okay, let's look at the stock price right now. Okay, up 3%. And you can see right now in here. Okay, hit that one. Okay, it's a nice chart. Hasn't turned green Pentagon yet. It has volume inside here. Earnings just came out. Earnings just came out. So that's the stock we will pick for HTPadu. It's going to be a short-term trade. Now, this coming Monday talk, we picked MMAG. We had a nice follow through, a plus 7%, and PoHuat just went down 2%, a small gain. But I will update you more on the furniture talk tonight for PoHuat too. So make sure you catch me then. So the pick for today, just one pick because the market's not doing too well. We'll pick HTPadu for the trade idea for 9th of September, which is episode 50. All right. So don't forget, today is the last day sales, and those of you who are in our channel, and you probably will know of our last day Merdeka sales. If you get the combo plan, you get free 3 months, 12 months plug-in, you get free 2 months. So today will be the last day. So do contact the number 010-266-9761. So to enjoy the bonus that we're giving you, the Merdeka combo in here. All right, something to take note of. And don't forget, tonight it's another great talk: furniture and timber, sectors and opportunity from a work from home. Now, this talk, I have talked about it way back in July, and since then the stocks has done pretty well. So I'm just going to give more of an update, as well as a couple of things that investor and trader should think of when going forward or buying this kind of stock. So make sure you join me tonight at 9:30 on the furniture and timber talk about opportunity from the work from home policies. All right, with that, I like to share a nice a reminder for those of you who are attending for the listening for the first time. You type 1 there, appreciate it. Download a copy of SmartRobie, all right, from the Google and Apple Play Store, and it will give you some idea to trade. Maybe not today, but down the road, absolutely for free, on just like this picture in here. What should we trade today on SmartRobie? With that, I like to invite you, those of you who are first time in our program, to join our ever-growing Telegram chat room for free stock market information, right, on this QR code, and get all the information that you need ever for growing your portfolio, and as well helping you to become a better and trader investor. With that, I see you tonight on our evening talk for the furniture and timber update. Thank you for watching, and bye-bye.